Well, here we are again. Today's date, Friday, September 23rd, 2016. Approximate time, 10:55 a.m. This little video is about what's been happening with me in the last little while. And it's just merely a matter of expression. But I've come to a point in my life where I just feel like I can no longer do certain things anymore. And there has to be a change. Because lately I have been very stressed about certain things. I'm just going to come right out and say it. I cannot seem to be doing the things that I'm doing anymore and getting the same results. Yesterday I broke down and cried. That's how things have gotten so bad. That's how stressful they are. My wife, God love her, was very understanding about the matter. Even my cat came over and cuddled me. Guess I was really upset. This morning I went and talked to somebody about doing some changes in my career. Just as one thing. That was encouraging. But I want to see how far I can go with it. Maybe I'll discover something I don't know. I'm hoping so anyway. Time will tell. I'm not really sure where it's going to go from here, but you never know. Meanwhile, though, I am dealing with having some time off. I've got a lot of time to myself. Not quite sure what to do with that, but I'm working on it. Sometimes I think one needs to step back from what they're doing and why they're doing it, and really question, is this right? Is this really what I want to do? Is this really necessary to do it this way? Now that can take courage, and no small amount of it, I might add. You know, it takes courage to step back and say, look, I need to change. I need to do things differently here. This is not working for me anymore. And that's not an easy thing to do. We get so locked in and ingrained into certain patterns of doing things, and certain lifestyles, and certain attitudes that it can be very hard to let go of that. We have to kind of take a leap of faith sometimes and say, look, I know there's something else for me out there. All I have to do is find it and go for it. But we don't always do that. Especially the older we get, the more set in our ways we become. We get locked into a pattern of thinking and doing and performing certain tasks over and over again like a machine. We become machines in that regard. Now, some people might object to that, but I don't care. That's the truth of it. That's the reality of it. That's what we face every day. That's what I face. But I can't do it anymore. Not if I expect to get something different out of it. It's like the old thing with the fly, trying to get out the window that's closed, going toward the light, and hitting itself again and again and again and again against that window, expecting to get out. Well, the fly's going to die doing that. And unfortunately, that's, to put none too fine a point on it, how most human beings wind up in their lives. The lucky ones do die. I know, it's a terrible thing to say. But the lucky ones die because then they are spared from having to spend the rest of their lives wasting themselves on pursuing what? A gold watch at the end of their careers? Retirement? Being taken care of? Mollycoddled? Sorry. Some of us want more than that in life. Some of us want to be able to have reasons every morning to get up and go out there in the world and, live, for lack of a better thing to say. We all want to live, not just exist. And recently I've had cause to severely question why I'm doing what I'm doing. Why? And for what reason? how I'm doing what I'm doing. Without getting into what I do, let's just say that recent events have forced me to stop and strongly question whether it's wise for me to keep going the way I'm going, or if maybe a change is needed. Now, there are those who would listen to this, and you know who you are, and take that as a sign that maybe it's time I left what I was doing. Let me assure you, that's not why I'm saying this. If you want to know why I'm saying this, it is for my own sake. Because this is the way I'm feeling right now these days. The way I have been doing things is not giving me, and I repeat, not giving me, the same results that I expect anymore. The way I'm doing things is affecting my peace of mind, my health, my sanity. It is causing me to question why I get out of bed in the mornings now. It is giving me nightmares now. And any sane, rational person would hear that and think, man, what are you doing this for? Now, granted, I'm working to support myself and my family. I don't have a very big family to support, thank goodness. But it's still a family nonetheless, and that makes it just as important. So, that is why I have been doing what I've been doing for so many years. But apparently I don't have the greatest of attitudes, I'm told. Apparently I go against the grain. Apparently I speak before I think sometimes. Never mind the fact that I'm speaking how I'm feeling, not necessarily what I'm thinking. Get out of here, fly. You know, sometimes I'm going with this, not with this. Protocols are all well and good, but they don't always address what's really happening in the human heart. Which is where, if you really want to get to know someone, you have to look. You have to know what's going on in their gut and in their heart before you start going on what's in their head. And most people don't get that. Which is why most people don't seem to get to know others very well. Now, I'll say for the record, I'm not exactly the greatest example of how to make friends and influence people on the planet. I'm sure there are far worse and far better. So, I can only speak for me. But I just can't keep doing this anymore. I deserve a better life, and my family deserves better. And I am not at my best right now. That's not permanent, of course. Only death would make that permanent. There is always room for change, always room for improvement. And that's the thing I keep telling myself over and over again. Because like so many of us, we have very little else to cling to. Very little to assure us that everything's going to be all right. Oh yes, there's God or whoever we pray to. There's a higher power, of course. There's always that. And yeah, I pray. Wouldn't matter what religion I was, I'd still pray. That's not about religion. It's about trying to see beyond who we are. Trying to see beyond what we are. What our jobs tell us we are. Because we're so much more than our jobs. We're so much more than our situations. So I've heard. We have to look beyond that in order to find guidance, to find a way. There's only one real reason we're all on this earth. That's to be happy. Not everybody can achieve that, though, sadly. Sometimes situations and circumstances put a damper on that. Sometimes people just give up trying. They figure, well, I'm never going to be happy, so what's the point? Yeah, that's a common way to look at things. It's not always the right way, but hey, who am I to judge? My way and your way and other people's ways are all different. And wars have been fought over stuff like that. That's not worth it. What do I really want out of this? Two things. One, I want to find a better path than the one I've been taking. Now, I don't drink or do alcohol or drugs, and I'm very lucky in that regard. My health, for the most part, is good. You know, I'm not any kind of a deviant or a psychopath, at least as far as I know. So mentally, I'm all right. But emotionally, I'm stressed, trying to cope with everything that's been going on. And that's taken a toll on me. And it has affected my health to a small degree. Like I said, I've had nightmares. I don't want to get to the point where I have to be hospitalized because I've had such a severe breakdown of things that I can't function. I don't want that. I've got to keep functioning. There are so many things I've got to do and want to do. Really, I don't know what else to say. I guess the second thing I want out of this is to put it out there so that whoever's looking at this and listening to my voice might in some small way take some comfort out of this, that they are not the only ones suffering through things like this. And you're not alone. If my situation or my experience can be of any help, then let it be so. That is some small consolation. That is some small gift I can give to you as one human being to another, even though we may not meet. Know that my experience is there for you to help you. Does that make sense to you? I hope it does. Because oddly enough, it does make sense to me. Seeing it as simple as that. I suppose by my feeling this way, maybe it'll help you to cope with your feeling this way, if you do. And somehow I take comfort in that. Anyway, that's all I have to say. As I said, I hope it helps. Namaste.